どうぞ、アレックスです。僕のブログへようこそ。これは第2回目でございます。まだパート1見てなければ、下にリンクがありますので、どうぞパート1から見てご覧ください。はい。Good intro. 今回はですね、面白いことだと話したいと思っています。まずはですね、警察に止められた。それは、やばいじゃんって思わないでください。別にやばいことじゃない。結構普通だと思いますが、別に、破壊神じゃなくて犯罪者かよって、そういう思いはないでください。結構普通かな。で、警察に止められて、ちょっと、自転車の番号を確認したいって言われて、少し待ってて、他の人と、話してたんだ。確認が終わったら、警察の人が、はい、確認しました、どうぞ、行ってくださいって言われたんです。めっちゃ笑ってた。それは初めてちょっと驚いた。どんだけ仕事を楽しみにしてるかなって思って、やっぱり、日本はそういう社会かな。So, one of the things which is really interesting is overtime. It's really like, I don't know, Japan is obviously a very hardworking society. You probably wouldn't want to work over here. I mean, it's very difficult, I think. And Zangyo overtime is so unbelievably common that like it's almost a given. It's just that kind of society that they work in. To give you an example, the other day, on a Sunday, a delivery came straight to my door. Now, that's weird for two things. First of all, it's a Sunday. But secondly, they didn't just like drop it like in my letterbox or like drop it off at the office, which is like the easy thing to do. They actually went out of their way to come to my door, and so I get woken up like it's like knock on the door, and I open it, and you know the guy's there with this massive box, and he's like, "Hi, signしてください." And I was just like, you know, I just kind of just got up to this floor, you know, like it was weird. Okay, I was really confused by that. But you know, that's just how it goes in Japan, I guess. Another really cool experience that I went through is I went to a kaiten sushi, which is a like sushi restaurant with like, you know, the conveyor belts. You've probably heard of it. And you know, I kind of expected that there's like, you know, just some kind of like table in the middle, and then there's just like a bell that's kind of going around in like a rectangle, and you just take plates. And it kind of is like that, but it's a lot bigger. It was a lot bigger, and they had like rows that go all the way up and down. And like rows up and down, and yeah, there was food going around. But the coolest part about it, which I found like really awesome, was that like, so if you're sitting at your table, they have like here, they have like a touch screen where you can order food, and what happens is instead of using like the usual belt that's going around like this, there's like a second level of belts going around, and what they do is they put your order on this little train. And they like push the go button, and this like train just comes at you at like high speed and stops at your table. Say high speed is like, you know, it's very gone. But it stops at your table, and then you take your plate off, and then you press like the little OK button, and it just goes straight back. I was like, what? Oh, it was amazing. It was so good. So yeah, and it's really cheap as well. Like, I don't know, in the UK, maybe, I mean, I've been to a restaurant in Cambridge where you can order 2 pieces of sushi for about £4, which is about maybe 700 yen? I'm not sure. I'll like put some kind of calculation on the screen because I'm an idiot, I can't do math. But like here, you know, I kind of had like each one, like one plate of 2 pieces was like 100 yen. Standard. There were a couple of special ones which are like 120, but that was the standard. So for like 400, 500, you know, I could happily have like a decent amount of sushi that would cost me like £15 in the UK. And it tastes good. I mean, I don't really care that much for sushi, and I don't really know what prices are like, but to me it seemed pretty good. I don't know. Another thing which is really crazy is the trains, okay? Now, you may know that trains are ridiculously on time, you know, it goes back to this whole like very hardworking, very punctual society. But the thing I find most like insane is that everyone and their baby is on a phone, okay? And like maybe that's, I don't know, it's kind of normal in the UK. Like a lot of people are just sitting there with their phones, but we're talking like pretty much everyone. Like if they weren't on a phone, they didn't have a phone, is what I'm saying, okay? And it wasn't just like the fact that everyone's on their phone, it's the fact that in the UK, this is not something I've ever experienced, but you have perfect network coverage the entire time. Like the whole way from my stop to where I want to be, I've got perfectly connected internet, and so does everyone else. And that's not just on the overground. I went on the subway the other day, and I had a connection. It was underground, I had a connection. I have no idea how that's happening. I'm doing computer science yet again, embarrassing myself. But I seriously don't know. So like I said before, it's a really serious society, but they seem to have this really weird view of alcohol and drugs. Okay, I'll deal with alcohol first. So in the UK, you know, drinking is very standard. You know, you've got this classic kind of go out on a bender, and then the next day people will say to you, oh, what did you get up to last night? And you're like, oh, I'm so sorry for crazy stuff that I got up to. In Japan, they seem to have this very strong drinking culture, which is, I don't know, it's very private. So the next day you would never ask somebody about what they got up to, because in Japan, when you get drunk, there's this kind of expectation that you will be out of the ordinary, in the sense that whatever you did is not really your fault. I don't know. But like in the UK, I mean, if you do something stupid, you're going to get called out on it, and it's going to be really funny for everyone else. But in Japan, it just kind of is taken as normal, I guess. Whereas drugs, on the other hand, in the UK, let's say you get caught with some weed or something like that, you know, apparently you just kind of get left with like a, and that's on your way. But in Japan, if you get caught with, especially as a foreigner, if you get caught bringing stuff like that in, you get immediately deported and you would never be able to come back. And a good example of this is the opening, what do you call it, I guess, introduction that we were shown at the university, where some like movie circle club thing had put on two scenes, one about drinking, one about drugs. And the drinking one was very standard, but it was just, you know, someone drank too much because they were stupid and whatever. But the drugs one was hilarious, okay? Because what happened was, they showed like this girl who's so straightforward, and she just kind of meets one guy who likes to do weed, and apparently she gets crazily addicted and ends up in prison. And then she's talking to her dad, okay? And the dad's like, no, maybe it's our fault. Maybe we raised you wrong. You know, maybe it's something that we did wrong and you weren't the person we thought you were. Like, the way they're handling it is like she was dealing tons of cocaine, like large amounts, like that's the way it's being handled here. Like, she's got life in prison and she has no future. And like, you know, the dad's talking to her, and then all of a sudden it's just like, so your little brother's transferring schools. She can't be known to be associated with you. You can't take the bullying anymore. And you know, your mum's had to quit her part-time job. Oh yeah, by the way, we're getting a divorce. I was like, what? Like, the entire room, when they said this, just burst out laughing, because it was like, what? This is crazy. Like, you know, it's very serious over here. And that's not to say it shouldn't be taken seriously in the UK, but the difference is astonishing. Like, my mind was blown. But that seemed very funny. It was really well done, but it was very funny. So there you have it. That's probably everything that I would have to talk about today. I mean, the video again is getting a bit long, so I'll leave it there. There are loads of other things I want to talk about, but I'll definitely get to next time. So for now, yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.